everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm doing a little bit of a different kind of video than what I usually do, but it still involves PEVs, so stick around if you enjoy that content. I'm currently borrowing this e-board from a friend and decided to do a ride video while I talk about my recent dilemma with the PEV world. About a year ago, I found the world of PEVs when I was looking for a cool, easy way to commute the 1.5 kilometers to and from school every day. I discovered EUCs and immediately decided to purchase my first one, which was the Airwheel X3 14-inch wheel. This seemed like a good idea, as I had never had a device like this before. Turns out, the Airwheel brand sucks, and I just wasted $600. But I also did learn the EUC basics and even got some tricks in. The motor eventually died for a reason I cannot figure out, and I had to figure out if I was going to buy another EUC or something else entirely. I did some research and came to the conclusion that I wanted a beginner EUC, like the KS16S, or the InMotion V8. These were in my price range and seemed like most people had had good experiences with them and the companies that manufacture them. I purchased the InMotion V8 as my second EUC and rode it hard. I rode it in negative 39 degrees Celsius temperatures and pretty much did everything you are not supposed to do with a lithium-ion battery. It lasted me about 7 months, and I had just put over 4,300 kilometers on it when it started acting up, and eventually the battery just wouldn't charge fully until it went completely dead. I could have purchased a replacement battery, but the wheel itself had a lot of wear, and so I decided to look for another option. At the time of making the video, suspension EUCs were just coming out, and they were very popular. After much pondering, I decided to pre-order the InMotion V11, one of the first air suspension electric unicycles, just to see what the very best of future technology feels like. Meanwhile, I have been doing a bit of research on lithium-ion batteries and how to maintain their health over an extended period of time. I was somewhat shocked with what I learned. The older model of battery, called the 18650, which labels the cell's size, which is used in many EUCs, including my InMotion V8, have been slowly cycled out of use due to their slower charge time, lower maximum amperage draw, and overall capacity per cell. They have a 3 to 5 year shelf life and a 3 to 5 year running life, or 300 to 500 full cycles, whichever comes first. This surprised me because some electric cars, like several models of Tesla, use 18650s, and most people don't talk about having to replace their car's battery after 3 years. Strange. The model of battery used in newer electric cars and EUCs and most PEVs are called 21700s, which means they are a larger battery capable of more milliamp hours per cell and able to charge and discharge at a faster rate. This means that you can have a smaller battery pack with the same power output as a larger battery pack of 18650 cells, which is nice. 21700 cells still have similar drawbacks though. They have a shelf life of 4 to 5 years and a running life of 3 to 5, or 300 to 500 cycles, whichever comes first once again. There are also many websites with lots of opinions on how to keep your battery healthy with charging. They recommend that aside from when you first receive your wheel or your device, you should never fully charge the battery. The manufacturers say to fully charge the battery before riding to ensure all the cells are balanced, but after that, you should never go above 90%. I don't actually know how effective this is at keeping your battery healthy, but I know that if you have a smaller battery to start off with, it is very frustrating and seemingly pointless to only charge your battery partially every time you want to ride. Another thing you are never supposed to do with lithium-ion batteries is ride in temperatures above 30 degrees or below minus 30 degrees Celsius. Where I live, that isn't horrible, as there are only a few major temperature days each year, and I can easily skip them and take the bus instead. But for some folks who ride in hot, humid, or cold and damp weather all the time, this is unfortunate and somewhat unrealistic. You are also not supposed to drain the battery past 30%, which, once again, is much easier with larger batteries and just plain annoying with smaller batteries when you want more range. I guess what I'm trying to say here is, now that I have a different perspective on PEVs and EVs, I personally think it's pointless and a waste of money and resources to have more than two if you cannot get the use out of them in 3 to 5 years of having them around. I think if you want a PEV, they're awesome and fun and super practical, but think about it first. They are not for everyone, especially if you have to buy a battery or a whole new unit every 3 to 5 years. This just sounds strange. Although I still love PEVs, I don't know if they are quite as practical in the long run as I would have anticipated. I hope to receive my V11 soon, and I will likely have many videos containing this majestic new machine, but I cannot foresee myself buying another high-power PEV in the future, as they are quite pricey for the use you end up getting out of them. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening, and if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like or a comment to let me know, because I'm interested to see if you guys like this style of video or my previous style better. Please consider subscribing, and make sure to stay safe out there.